Hold on to your iPhones, folks, because Trump's at it again. This time, he's not just making headlines, he's making waves in the tech world. This time, he's shaking up the world of tech with a surprise appointment that has everyone talking. It's a move that's bound to have far-reaching implications. Brendan Carr, a man who makes net neutrality sound like a foreign language, is the new head honcho of the FCC. Carr has been a controversial figure, known for his strong opinions and decisive actions. That's right, the agency in charge of your internet, your phone, your very ability to binge-watch Stranger Things is now in the hands of a guy who probably still has a flip phone. But don't let that fool you. Carr is no stranger to the digital age. What could possibly go wrong? Well, a lot, according to some experts. Carr's appointment has sent shockwaves through Washington, and the reactions have been nothing short of dramatic. Carr's appointment has sent shockwaves through Washington, and the reactions have been nothing short of dramatic. Democrats are clutching their pearls, worried about the future of net neutrality and other key issues. Big tech is sweating bullets, concerned about how Carr's policies might affect their operations and bottom lines. And everyone's wondering, who is this guy? What does he stand for, and what changes will he bring? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wild world of Brendan Carr and what his reign at the FCC means for you. From policy shifts to potential conflicts, we're covering it all. Stay tuned. So, who exactly is this Brendan Carr guy? Well, he's not exactly a household name unless your household is obsessed with telecom law. Carr's been a fixture in the world of communications for years, working as a lawyer for big-time telecom companies before landing a gig at the FCC back in 2017. He's been a commissioner there ever since, making waves with his, shall we say, unique views on how the internet should work. Think of him as the FCC's resident contrarian, always ready to throw a wrench in the works and challenge the status quo. Now, he's the one calling the shots, and the tech world is bracing for impact. Carr's a big believer in two things: free speech and less government interference. Now, those might sound like noble goals, and hey, maybe they are. But when it comes to the internet, Carr's interpretation of these principles is about as subtle as a sledgehammer. He's all about letting companies do whatever they want online, even if it means your grandma's Facebook feed gets flooded with fake news about alien lizard people. And don't even get him started on net neutrality. Carr thinks it's about as necessary as screen doors on a submarine. In his eyes, the internet's a free-for-all, and may the best, or at least the richest, company win. Carr's not just about letting the internet run wild, though. He believes in a balanced approach where freedom comes with responsibility. He's also got some strong opinions about the media, especially when it comes to his least favorite network, NBC. Carr has been very vocal about his disdain for what he perceives as their biased reporting. Carr's been a vocal critic of what he sees as liberal bias in the news, and he's not afraid to call out NBC for it. He often points to specific examples where he believes NBC has crossed the line. He's accused them of everything from unfair coverage to violating FCC rules. Carr argues that such actions undermine public trust in the media and calls for stricter regulations. It's like watching a one-sided feud play out on Twitter, except one of the participants is a high-ranking government official. Carr uses his platform to rally support and bring attention to what he sees as media malpractice. And if there's one thing Carr loves more than picking fights with NBC, it's siding with law enforcement. He believes that supporting the police is crucial for maintaining law and order in society. He's a big supporter of giving cops more access to technology, even if it means your phone's listening in on your next karaoke session. Carr argues that such measures are necessary for national security and public safety, even if they come at the cost of some personal privacy. Section 5. Big Tech on Notice. Carr's vision for a more regulated Silicon Valley. While Carr might be all about deregulation when it comes to the internet as a whole, he's singing a different tune when it comes to big tech. Carr has been vocal about the need for more oversight and accountability. He's made it clear that he's not afraid to crack down on companies like Google, Facebook, and Amazon. These tech giants have long enjoyed a relatively free reign, but Carr believes their era of unchecked power should come to an end. He sees them as bullies, using their size and power to crush competition and stifle innovation. Carr argues that their dominance has led to a lack of diversity in the tech landscape. Now, whether he actually follows through with this tough talk remains to be seen. The tech industry is known for its deep pockets and influential lobbying efforts. After all, big tech has a way of getting what it wants in Washington. They have built strong relationships with lawmakers and have significant influence over policy decisions. But one thing's certain, Carr's arrival at the FCC has Silicon Valley feeling a little less invincible and a lot more nervous. The future of tech regulation could be on the brink of a significant shift. Section 6. Apple, Meta, Google, Microsoft, bracing for the Carr era at the FCC. The titans of tech are officially on high alert. Carr's appointment has sent a shiver down the spines of CEOs from Cupertino to Seattle. They know that the FCC now has a chairman who's not afraid to ask tough questions, challenge their dominance, and maybe even slap them with a hefty fine or two. Apple's worried about its App Store fees, Meta's sweating over its content moderation practices, Google's dreading antitrust scrutiny, and Microsoft's just trying to stay out of the crossfire. It's like the tech equivalent of a high school reunion where the former nerd is now the principal. Everyone's on their best behavior, at least for now. Section 7. Critics cry foul concerns and push back against the Carr appointment. Carr's appointment hasn't exactly been met with universal acclaim. In fact, it's safe to say that a lot of people are downright terrified. Consumer advocacy groups are sounding the alarm, warning that Carr's deregulatory agenda will leave consumers vulnerable to price hikes and privacy violations. Net neutrality advocates are having a collective meltdown, predicting the internet's imminent demise. And Democrats in Congress are already gearing up for a fight, promising to block Carr's every move. It's like the opening act of a political thriller, and we're all just waiting to see what happens next. Section 8. Legal fireworks ahead? The challenges facing Carr's FCC. One thing's for sure, Carr's time at the FCC is going to be anything but boring. He's already facing a mountain of challenges, from legal battles over net neutrality to congressional inquiries into his ties to the telecom industry. And let's not forget about the ever-present threat of a tweet storm from a certain former president. It's enough to make your head spin. But hey, at least we'll have plenty to talk about at the next cocktail party. Just be sure to keep your phone on silent. You never know who might be listening.